is CTV News.
Good evening. I'm Michelle Maluske. Thank you so much for joining us. A charge of abandonment has now been laid after 8 kittens were left in a grocery bag at the front door of a Chatham shelter. These 2-week-old kittens are in good health tonight now that they are in foster care. However, earlier this week, someone abandoned them at Pet and Wildlife Rescue. Surveillance camera footage captured the person dropping the kittens off in a grocery bag. One of the staff members noticed the bag moving. The kittens were overheated and stressed. Executive Director Miriam Armstrong says they chose to proceed with a $365 charge of abandonment as a result of the community's outrage. Armstrong reiterates they don't expect people to pay to give up animals they can no longer care for. A Windsor man has been arrested for hate-motivated communication targeting the city's Jewish community. Police say several messages between April 23rd and May 3rd didn't contain direct threats of harm, but police say the tone, frequency, and content displayed targeted harassment. Police have not identified the name of the 31-year-old man who is now facing charges. 4 people in their 20s are facing drug trafficking and possession charges from a recent raid in Chatham. Police seized $24,000 worth of cocaine and fentanyl, along with 2 loaded handguns. 3 people from the GTA are charged, along with 1 person from Chatham. Well, even though Windsor Regional Hospital has a $20 million deficit, leaders are focused on improved patient efficiencies and keeping staff safe. Joining me tonight to explain is our Travis Fortnum. Travis, the first question is, any updates for us tonight on how the hospital is going to navigate that deficit?
No, Michelle, not yet. Hospital CEO Kristen Kennedy says she's still reviewing the books 6 weeks into the job and hopes to bring a clearer plan to the board by September. Kennedy says the hospital is reviewing every program and service, looking first for efficiencies, partnerships, and ways to rebuild performance tied to ministry and Ontario health revenue. She says staffing impacts are not the first place leadership is looking, but with $20 million to try and make up, nothing is off the table.
I do need some time to be able to work through some of that, but the team's very engaged, as are the physicians, in working through strategies that have the least disruption to the organization and all of our programs and services that we provide in the community.
In the meantime, the hospital says it's moving ahead with programs aimed at improving patient flow and keeping staff safe. Staff will soon go through dementia-focused training. Employees will learn about de-escalation, person-centered communication, and risk mitigation. Hospital officials say it's especially important as patients with dementia often have longer hospital stays and higher risk of hospital-related harm, though no fault of their own.
It's part of the disease, so kind of recognizing and understanding more about the disease and how we can redirect some of that behavior and successfully de-escalate, because the common techniques of an aggressive person who's acting out for violence wouldn't be the same techniques you would use with somebody who's confused or acutely delirious or with their symptoms of dementia.
And with international concern around the hantavirus outbreak linked to a cruise ship, CTV News asked hospital leadership whether any local planning discussions have happened. The short answer, no, not at this point.
From a community perspective, extremely low risk, no real significant person-to-person transmission, no big alarm bells being raised at all at this time. And from a hospital's perspective, we're always prepared for any respiratory-borne illnesses, as we always take precautions when anyone's admitted with those types of symptoms.
Windsor is also expanding their hospital-to-home program to Hotel de Grace and Erie Shores. It connects patients with home care for 16 weeks after they're discharged. And speaking of discharges, the hospital has a new centralized discharge bay where inpatients can wait for doctors' orders or prescriptions, so the inpatient bed they were on can be cleaned and opened up faster. It's already helped save more than 300 idle bed hours in just 6 weeks. Michelle.
All right, thanks so much for all that tonight. Travis Fortnum reporting for us in the newsroom. Also tonight, the City of Windsor hosted an information meeting for their plans for Twin Oaks Drive.
The preferred solution involves an on-ramp to EC Row Expressway from Anchor Drive here, and it'll be one continuous lane that takes you all the way to the off-ramp to Banwell. Now, in that lane, you can get onto the expressway, or you can get off at Banwell. You can proceed east, you can proceed west through the new Banwell overpass.
The city hosted an information meeting tonight at Forest Glade Community Centre. Engineers are trying to find the best way to create a second egress out of the busy industrial park on the east end. The process is just beginning, but the city is tentatively targeting this to be done by mid-2027. There's a special webpage on the city's site with all the details. Well, with an increase in gas prices, local dealers are reporting an uptick in EV interest. CTV's Sanjay Maru has the story.
Another day for drivers and another day of high gas prices.
I drive a lot for work and business, so I have to pass this on. This is a business trip. It has to be passed on to the client, which isn't ideal.
But while drivers are feeling the pain at the pumps, there's a growing group of motorists who say these price spikes barely register anymore. Electric vehicle owners.
I use more gas cutting my lawn than we do even in our plug-in hybrids, and no gas at all on our primary vehicles are both pure electric. Both my wife and I drive the pure electric models now. Pino
Mastroianni, co-chair of EV Society Windsor Essex, says for many electric vehicle owners, the biggest advantage is not having to plan travel around gas prices.
The cost of charging at home is more than a fifth cheaper than gas today. Driving on vacation, it's at least half the price.
And dealers say each time fuel prices jump, so too do questions about electric vehicles.
The adoption rates had stalled a little bit, but since we've seen this big spike in fuel prices, there's been a huge increase in demand and interest in EVs, and that's translating into an increase in sales as well.
The pitch goes back to the numbers. A typical gas-powered SUV driven 20,000 kilometers a year could cost more than $3,200 annually to fuel, assuming gas prices of around $1.80 a liter. Compare that to this EV, which has an estimated annual energy cost of just under $950, assuming electricity costs of 18 cents per kilowatt hour. It's savings like these which are impossible to ignore for EV owners, especially at this charging station in LaSalle.
This charger right here is free, and so it's cheaper charging here than it is at home.
Sanjay Maru, CTV News.
Windsor Essex has a busy weekend coming up the weekend after May 2-4. First, we're getting a Masters Swimming Championship followed by pickleball. CTV's Stephanie Mazzotti and Bob Belichico have the details.
From backstroke to breaststroke to butterfly, 748 competitive swimmers from 88 clubs will compete at the 2026 Canadian Masters inside Windsor's Aquatic Centre.
That's what happens when you combine a world-class facility, a strategic geographic location, and a host community that knows how to do it.
Gordon Orr is the president and CEO of Tourism Windsor Essex Peely Island.
We are seeing a lot of different swim meets come, and that wasn't the intent behind them building the Windsor National Aquatic Training Center, but it's certainly a wonderful byproduct. It was built for the community, and the byproduct and the benefit is that we can also use it to host swim tournaments.
According to the Windsor Aquatic Club, 83.9% of registered swimmers are traveling from outside the Windsor-Essex region, meaning more than 3,200 hotel room nights will be needed during the competition.
The benefit of this group is that they're all age levels, right? So you can get those that want to go and see some gambling at, Caesars Windsor. You get some that want to experience the nightlife here in Windsor, Essex. But I really think our food and beverage, our culinary scene is going to be maximized and very much enjoyed this weekend.
The competition takes place May 22nd through the 24th. Stephanie Mazzotti, CTV News.
Tournaments here with the young pros. It's going to be super exciting.
Professional pickleball is coming to Windsor the weekend of May 23rd. The two-day event will feature 4 of the 8 teams from the Canadian National Pickleball League, including the Detroit Windsor Drive.
It's like a regular season, so we're playing for points.
The tour stop includes 5 matches each day, starting at 10 and ending at 4 in the afternoon. A great opportunity to see pro-level play.
Oh, it's great. I enjoy it. I watch it. Every time it's in Toronto or whatever, I'm watching it on YouTube. These things are live streamed every day, every weekend that they're playing.
Wayne Spitzig was an avid golfer who used to play with Mike Weir's dad. He discovered pickleball 8 years ago and hasn't gone back. Spitzig plays tournaments and gives lessons at the Pickleplex.
Tons of lessons. I turn down more lessons than I give. It's just, I'm just so busy. I want to play too, right?
The Pickleplex opened a year ago with 8,000 players having come through the door. The game continues to grow with the CNPL looking to be Canada's version of Major League Pickleball in the U.S.
The big franchise from the States called the Pickler has actually moved over to Canada, and that's where we're going to be playing this weekend.
Evan Helinski plays for the Detroit Windsor Drive, who will be in Toronto this weekend for a tour stop. The 22-year-old is excited to see major U.S. franchises acknowledging Canada's growth.
They noticed that and they're coming over to Canada.
Helinski suggests as the sport continues to grow, so will the interest to play in Canada.
What I would guess is that more internationals are going to be coming to compete in Canada. Yeah, because there's even the PPA in the States that I was telling you about has moved over to Canada as well.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
Students at Catholic Central High School are celebrating multiculturalism today with a vibrant event called Roots and Resilience. The school is showcasing cultural pride through traditional clothing, music, and dance performances representing countries from around the world. The celebration also features a wide variety of foods, giving students a chance to experience global cuisine without leaving the school. Organizers say the event is about sharing identity, building understanding, and recognizing the diverse backgrounds that make up this school community.
The beautiful thing about our school is that we can have conversations around faith and religion. Regardless of the faith that our students belong to, everyone is welcome here. We embrace all of those things, our differences, but also what makes us the same.
CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald has your full weather details coming up in 2 minutes' time. Then later, Doggy Die Job will explain the charitable purpose behind this sheepadoodle's new do. CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald joins me now with details of cold weather in the forecast. Hi, Gary.
Yes. Hi, Michelle. Good evening. Good evening, folks. Cool temperatures in the single digits as we approach midnight. About 7-8 degrees Celsius, and then pre-dawn Friday morning, 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. Some areas might be closer to 3. There's frost well to our east, city of London and the surrounds, going east towards Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, Cambridge, Ontario, the GTA, and further down the 401 east towards Kingston, Ontario. 13.2 degrees Celsius. We were 5.5 degrees below seasonal. Our average high is 18.7 as of today. And it's all due to this massive plume of cold air. I mean, massive, right? Extending from the Canadian Shield well to our north and across the Great Lakes to our west, Superior, Michigan, and some of those scattered showers could still be in play tonight. About a 30 to 40% chance. If we do see it, it's likely to clip our friends in Amherstburg, Pelee Island, Leamington, Kingsville, and along the north shores of Lake Erie. It's not a complete washout, but it's cool and a bit damp, no doubt. The worst case scenario is we could even see a few thunderstorms, probably see that over the state of Ohio moving into Pennsylvania and then western New York. So the worst of it stateside. Meanwhile, we're cool. And this is somewhat generous. 5 degrees Celsius projection here. I still think 3 to 4 degrees Celsius is possible, and that's cool for this time of the year. Average lows closer to about 7, 8 degrees now. Here's a look at our Friday, and it looks a lot better. Sunny for the morning through the midday hour, and maybe seeing about 17 degrees Celsius as our high. That could come in between 3 or 4 p.m. Friday afternoon. The wind out of the west sustained for the most part throughout the day at 15 kilometers per hour with higher gusts in the low 20s. So where do we go from here? Well, take a look at the highs and lows anticipated. The icon showing there's potential of not just cloudiness, but some showers for Saturday and Sunday, although the probability stat of at least an occurrence, there could be more than one, is about 30 to 40%. Monday, Tuesday, fair weather, mid-teens anticipated, and then temperatures rebounding a bit, but still a bit cloudy Wednesday through to Thursday. Average high this time next week will be closer to 19. So it's not a bad looking forecast altogether. Could reach 20 on Saturday in the afternoon. Looks pretty good. Michelle, that's a look at the weather.
The province has announced a major investment in nuclear power. Ontario Energy Minister Stephen Lecce has announced a new deal for the Bruce C nuclear project, which will see the Independent Electricity System Operator enter into a $300 million cost-sharing agreement. The money will support the proposed nuclear generating station, which is expected to power 4.8 million homes. It will be Ontario's first large-scale nuclear project in more than 30 years, with work expected to be complete by 2030. New research shows many Canadians support a nationwide boycott of American liquor. Some provinces, like Ontario, have taken the step of actually removing U.S. bottles from shelves. And as Abigail Beeman reports, those actions seem to match Canadian sentiments.
Running a big softball tournament this weekend has Thomas Ray stocking up on Canadian coolers. A boycott of American liquor hasn't changed things for him.
I just stick to what's available and what's delicious. Mostly Niagara Falls stuff.
And you're happy to support Canada?
Super happy to support Canada.
More than a year after provinces started pulling American booze from Canadian shelves and the U.S. made its irritation clear.
It is outrageous that Canada will not put U.S. spirits on the shelf. It is insulting.
It is.
And disrespectful.
New polling by Nanos for CTV News shows most Canadians maintain boycotting U.S.-made goods and travel to the U.S. is helpful to strengthening Canada's bargaining position. 53% believe it's helpful and 29% somewhat helpful. Not much changed when asked the same question in October.
I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that there hasn't really been significant progress in the trade discussions with the United States.
I don't go there. I have family there. Haven't visited in a hot second.
I won't spend any of my extra money on anything from the United States.
That gives us leverage. We should know. We can't give that up.
I think they should bring back American products, definitely. A good bourbon once in a while never hurt anyone.
The American liquor lobby would appreciate that last remark after seeing a 63 to 67% reduction of exports to Canada.
We've seen a reduction in jobs, and small craft distilleries in the United States are feeling that pressure. Some of them are starting to shut down.
But most provinces are sticking with their boycotts. Ontario's LCBO is one of the biggest liquor buyers in the world. 2 weeks ago, the Premier said the alcohol only goes back on the shelves when the U.S. removes their tariffs. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Canada's main stock index finished in negative territory, weighed down by losses in the energy sector. The TSX fell 125 points. In New York, the Dow dropped 314. The Nasdaq is down 33. The Canadian dollar lost 0.05 of a cent today. And on commodity markets, gold gained more than $16 an ounce. Oil fell 27 cents a barrel.
Start your day with the latest local news. By signing up for our newsletter, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca.
Windsor has a new chief of police. Well, for today. It's just another part of their strategy for Police Week. CTV's Chris Campbell reports.
Police Week is bringing Windsor Police out of the cruiser and into the community.
A great way for us to connect with the community. Officers, it humanizes our officers, it humanizes the profession.
The annual event at Devonshire Mall features displays from specialized police units, recruitment teams, and community outreach officers.
We want to build trust with the public, and we want to be able to do it in an environment where they feel safe to come and talk to us.
Among them this year, the Windsor Police Forensics Identification Unit and Auto Theft Unit.
Auto theft is always a problem and is always a concern for sure.
Windsor Police investigated 478 vehicle thefts last year. Officers say many of them involved unlocked vehicles or had keys left inside.
It's always a problem. In our corner of the province, we don't have the issues that some of the other largest jurisdictions are seeing with the high-end auto theft and the shipping container thefts. And
police say events like this also help strengthen trust between officers and the public outside emergency situations.
Most of the time we're going to people's worst days, okay, and that sometimes may not make them feel comfortable in asking us questions where we're dealing with that matter at that time. So we're here to build trust with the community.
Before we do anything, I want to swear her in with her badge, which is made of chocolate, which was, of course, the absolute most perfect badge ever.
The opening ceremony also introduced Chief for a Day Victoria Martin, a grade 6 student from St. Gabriel Catholic Elementary School.
I just thought it'd be cool to see what it's like to be a police officer, like what they do.
Residents attending the event say the opportunity to meet officers face-to-face is important.
It's important that we as the residents know how to take care of our property.
Police Week events continue at Devonshire Mall through Saturday. In Windsor, Chris Campbell, CTV News.
Meantime, the province wants to speed up police background checks. The Ford government is proposing changes for people applying to work or volunteer with vulnerable Ontarians. Solicitor General Michael Kersner says it would allow police services to process the checks outside their jurisdiction during high-demand periods. Police services across the province process 1 million background record checks every year.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
There's a zebra dog walking around LaSalle, and with good reason. CTV's Robert Lothian explains the unusual sight.
Like a sight out of an African safari, when Sheepadoodle Molly hits LaSalle roads, she's sure to catch looks.
I get a lot of funny looks. I get a lot of looks that are like, what is that?
From the mane to the short coat to her stripes, make no mistake, Molly's appearance is intentional.
So it was just a matter of getting a paintbrush and getting the dog dye.
Walking all across town, Molly is helping her mom, Lynn Shalhoub, train for the Detroit Free Press Half Marathon. More than just a new do, her stripes are for a cause near and dear to her family's heart.
We lost my son-in-law in October from NETs, and he was diagnosed when he was 39, passed away when he was 40.
NETs, or a neuroendocrine tumor, is a rare form of cancer, often going undetected early on. It can sit quietly before becoming late stage.
So it doesn't come up very often, but the zebra, because of its rarity, was chosen as a symbol for NETs.
After learning she couldn't take Molly on the half marathon, Shalhoub decided to dye her anyways. It wasn't long before town residents took notice.
Somebody posted yesterday on Facebook, this is kind of what started it. They posted this, I saw somebody walking a dog and that looked like a zebra, and if you're in this group, can you please post pictures of your dog?
Seeing an opportunity, Shalhoub shared her story online, aiming to raise more awareness about NETs. Receiving strong support, she's encouraging residents to take pictures of Molly sightings, and in return, she'll share more facts about NETs, all in a bid to use her son-in-law Russell's story to help empower others.
Everybody is different, but if you are having symptoms of some kind of illness and you're not showing a positive test result, push to be examined for something that is rare.
In the meantime, for Molly and Lynn, it's back to work, training for the big day in October.
Molly, do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to go for a walk?
Robert Lothian, CTV News, Windsor.
And let's check in on the weather one last time. Here's CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald.
Michelle, thank you. You know, I think through the overnight, although it's a chilly one, technically tomorrow morning, pre-dawn, down to about 3 degrees. Some areas about 4 or 5 degrees Celsius before sunrise. I don't think we'll see frost. So that's good. But if you are traveling through the overnight, perhaps overnight shift, you may encounter it east of Chatham-Kent towards London, Kitchener-Waterloo. Maybe headed that way for business. Now, some rain's in store, but temperatures will be in the low 20s, maybe 20, 21 on Saturday. Slight chance of showers both Saturday and Sunday. It's cloudy for the weekend, but not bad in terms of the overall predictions. Warming up just a bit. And then we cool down, mid-teens anticipated. The average temperature next week for a daytime high is about 16. We'd be closer to about 19 a week from now. So we're still in this cool air trend, but it's not so bad. No major storms on the horizon coming our way, at least for the next 7 days. Wherever you are, enjoy a great night's rest, and as always, enjoy your weather. Good night.
Our sister radio station, AM 800, is raising money for Cystic Fibrosis Canada. The station is selling these custom Breathing Hope t-shirts inspired by host Kyle Horner. Horner has lived with cystic fibrosis since age 4, and he says recent advances in treatment have dramatically improved his health and quality of life. The longtime broadcaster says he now wants to use his platform to raise awareness and support for others living with CF. Proceeds from the shirts will go towards research and patient care across Canada.
The shirts are $25, and you can go to am800cklw.com to buy them, just under the feature tab. And yeah, you can pick them up at Hogan's Printing. Really appreciate them being a part of this. Without them, probably couldn't have done this. We have some special pills out there called the Miracle Drug that's really kept me alive. And for as long as I'm on this planet, I like to just continue raising money for cystic fibrosis.
That's all the time we have for now. Thank you so much for supporting local news. I'll see you right back here tomorrow night at 11.